Hey, do you have hydraulics in your blood and cybernetics in your soul? Does a punch from you feel like getting hit by a Mack truck? Well, congratulations! You might be a Mastermaker. But what is a Mastermaker? Well, make sure to complete that robotics degree, try not to get your wires crossed, and see if you can ponder all the big questions, like...
Have you ever been punched in your mother face? What you say? Oh, you haven't? Alright, wait.
We're back in Eberron already? Must have been a wrong turn in Albuquerque. But while we're here, Eberron is a setting filled to the brim with ridiculous roboticas, awesome acts of artificing, and insane cybernetics. A place where you might find a warforged shopping for hydraulic fluid right next to an old lady buying groceries. It's truly a steampunk paradise. But in these lands, there's always someone hardwired to push the limits of human achievement. Those who work with the understanding that the body is just a vessel for the soul, right? We're basically all just little people piloting a walking slab of meat, and sometimes that meat sack needs an upgrade. The Mastermaker is an artificer who specializes in combining flesh and steel into a single body. Who needs weak knees and tired ankles when you can shoot a grappling hook out of your noggin? Mastermakers are on a never-ending pursuit of perfection, constantly updating and upgrading their own design and form. But in the world of artificing, this is considered taboo, a shunned practice that only the most daring seek out. The process will be long, painful, and irreversible. You will go to places with your body that no artificers have dared gone before. But the payoff is immense, the power unlike anything you've ever known. You just gotta have the guts. Or better yet, nerves of steel. But first, it's getting chilly out, but that doesn't mean we can't dream of spring. So when the time comes around, why not set sail for adventure on a D20 cruise? D20 cruises are an RPG and tabletop fan's dream, providing an exclusive dungeon crawl experience with professional and vetted DMs, as well as party matching so you always get the game you want to play. There's also panels, workshops, hobby lounges, and more for you to explore, as well as live concerts featuring the library bards and special guests, friend of the show, World Anvil. This cruise is scheduled from April 23rd through the 28th of 2026 on the Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas, on its way to explore beautiful Bermuda. This will be the 4th annual D20 cruise, so you know it's gonna be a blast, and you can sign up for the newsletter, explore packages, and join the Discord server, all at the link below. So if you want to explore the 7 seas while playing RPGs, set sail for adventure with a D20 cruise. And don't forget to use code YEMBA for $50 off. Again, hit that link in the description and use code YMBA at checkout for an extra $50 off. I hope you all have a wonderful vacation, and a huge thanks to D20 Cruises for sponsoring the show. And now, back to the video. So you want to start ripping off body parts and replace them with cool robot shit. Oh yeah! Well, if you want to do robots in a fantasy world, the only place to get them is as an artificer. Artificers are incredible because they're kind of like wizards that got way into souped up Honda Civics that sound like a herd of West Nile mosquitoes. Instead of silly textbooks, we get magical tinkering. This lets us make little items that do little effects, like create a smell or a flashlight, but honestly we'll forget about this pretty quick, as we also grab spellcasting. Artificer spells are unique, as while they're flavored to work with our mechanical minds, they also require a tool to use them. Who knew sonic screwdrivers were a real thing? Second level gives us Artificer Infusions, a huge list of cool ways to upgrade our gear, but we'll talk a lot about these later. For now, just pick up stuff to help you or the party, like enhanced weapon or defense. Those are always great. But would you look at that, we're already here at level 3, and you know what that means. Time to lop off an arm. Because as a Mastermaker, we're all about the Battle Fist. This mechanical monstrosity is also a dope piece of tech, allowing us to replace an appendage with a Battle Fist weapon unique to us.
Groovy.
This bad boy does 1d10 bludgeoning damage, can be used as a spellcasting focus for your spells, can use intelligence for attack and damage rolls instead of strength or dex, and you can choose whether or not it's extra large, giving you the reach property, or you can shoot it from its socket like a missile. Oh, and also, even though this weapon is considered magical, you can still infuse it with your Artificer infusions. So if you're tired of running back to grab your hand, you can put returning weapon on it to get that bad boy back immediately. Holy shit, but we're not even close to done. Not only do we get the tools of integration, giving us proficiency in heavy armor, very important for this build as we're primarily going to be a frontliner, but also smithing tools to keep us up and running, but we also gain prosthesis expertise, as we become the world's leading experts in replacing feet with robot feet. Over a long rest, we can touch any non-magical object and turn that object into a magical item that can replace a limb, which somehow functions exactly how it should as a limb. There is no limit to how many you can make, however, or what you can make them out of, or even size requirements. So, hammer feet? Let's do it, dude. Spring legs? Why not? A hand that's actually just a blicky? I guess so. Just make sure you don't mess with your main battle fist arm. You know, you can't get in the way of a good fisting. Yeah, I heard it. Just move on. Finally, we also get the right tool for the job. Not that we'll need it, our body is a tool, but we can create a set of tools out of another set of tools by magically asking them nicely. That just leaves Mastermaker's spells, and we still have a lot to cover, so I'll blow through these pretty quick. Absorb Elements and Thunderous Smite are both cool ways to enhance yourself, both offensively and defensively, giving your arm plenty to do. 5th level gets us extra attack for 2 fistings per round. God damn it. But we also get more Mastermaker spells like Enhance Ability for advantage and extra buffs on any ability score, and Lesser Restoration in case we get sick. Tool Expertise at level 6 makes us an expert in all our tools. Seems pretty simple, don't know why I mentioned it. Flash of Genius lets you tell yourself or friends how they should have done something, and add your intelligence modifier to any ability check or saving throw they make as a reaction within 30 feet. But that brings us to level 9 for Improved Battle Fist. And god damn, did we just get an upgrade. Now we can apply 2 infusions to our Battle Fist at the same time, so something like Enhanced Weapon and Returning Weapon are open for grabs. Our Battle Fist now does 2d10 bludgeoning damage, your Battle Fist can count as a shield for blocking damage, increasing your AC by 2, and your maximum infusions you can use at a time increases by 1, as long as that extra infusion is on your Battle Fist, which, I mean, come on, look at this thing. But because the fist now counts as a shield, we can also infuse it like a shield, meaning the repulsion shield infusion is also up for grabs, giving us another +1 to armor class and the ability to use our reaction to push attackers 15 feet away from us if they manage to hit. Shoo! We also get 2 more spells for Blinding Smite, allowing us to literally punch someone's lights out and cause them to go blind, and then haste on top of all of this? That's 2 more to AC, doubled movement, advantage on deck saves, and another action to dash, disengage, or get in 1 more fisting. What is wrong with me? Sorry. Level 10 makes us Magic Item Adept, meaning we can attune up to 4 magic items at once, like Cloaks of Protection or Winged Boots, which we can make off our infusion table. Yes, a flying hasted Doomfist, pure toxicity. 11th level gives us spell storing items, so we can give ourselves or allies something mundane that can cast a 1st or 2nd level spell from the Artificer list. Leg weights of levitation or water bottle of fairy fire sounds funny, so we could try that. Level 13 means 2 more spells, and freedom of movement and stone shape are fine, not my favorite, but not horrible. Level 14 makes us a magic item savant, so we can attune up to 5 magic items at once and ignore class, race, and spell requirements to use said items. But we reach our cyborg peak at level 15 with Construct Apotheosis. Over years of work and improvements, we're almost all machine at this point, which honestly was kind of the goal. So now when we go into battle, we gain all the benefits of Mechanical Might. We now have resistance to poison and psychic damage and are immune to being poisoned. It makes sense. We can consider ourselves a construct instead of a humanoid if put under a magical effect, so things like Hold Person or Dominate Person that need a person in the mix, we're a robot, baby! And finally, we can cast the spells Anti-Life Shield or Investiture of Stone once per day. Anti-Life Field is kind of a weird choice as it forces other creatures out of a 10-foot bubble except for constructs and undead, but it also follows you, so you can't pass through it anyway. I guess you could always group the party in there, but bad guys can cast spells into it, they just can't physically get closer to you. Investiture of Stone makes more sense though, giving you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. You can move through stone and punch the ground to make a cool earthquake robotic effect and knock bad guys down to wail on them with your giant robot hands. But that's the meat and most of the potato. So we'll finish up with level 17, where we get Banishing Smite to punch people into other dimensions, Greater Restoration to cure curses or exhaustion or charms. Level 18 makes us a magic item master to attune to 6 items at once. Insane. But finally at level 20 we gain the Soul of Artifice, giving us a +1 to every saving throw for every item we're attuned to, and letting us destroy a connection to one of our Artificer infusions, which remember we can have 7 of every time we get dropped to 0 hit points to stay up to 1 instead. Whew. Well, hell. Start cooking me up some bell peppers and beef because the Mastermaker has worked up an appetite. I mean, come on, guys. The Mastermaker kind of fuses all the fun ideas of cyborgs into one insane subclass. You're essentially a mad scientist, but your own body is the experiment as you constantly work to improve on what you've got. It's brutal and dark, but it also kind of makes sense for a world like Eberron, where arcanotech breakthroughs are happening all the time, that there are these lunatics ready and willing to cut off an arm just to aura farm. As far as the Battle Fist, it's also really fucking cool as a weapon and a tool.
You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude!
Letting you use it as a spellcasting focus frees up your other hand for a sick-ass gun so you can get in some cable action, but as a weapon itself, it's also really effective. The combination of shield and weapon infusions make this deadlier than you might expect, but it's also just doing consistent melee damage from the jump that gets better as we level up. Combine that with a great spell list and mwah, perfection. Masterful even. But if you've ever been tired of your bad back and just want to replace the whole thing, have pretty much the meanest knuckle sandwich in all of Corvair, and are not only ready for the AI robot overlords, but are looking to take the throne as their one true king, guess what? You might be a Mastermaker. Hey guys, thank you all so much for watching. 2 Artificers in a week, huh? Crazy how that worked out. But Eberron is a lot of fun and you voted on it, so here we are. Speaking of that, don't forget to keep voting in those polls to see more subclasses and shout out what you want to see next to get them even sooner. If you like what I do, a like or a share or a hype goes a really long way in that dreaded algo, so don't forget to do all that. And if you want your name up here like all these cool people, you can hop on over to the Patreon for just $1 with top-tiered patrons getting games DM'd by me. So to those guys, King Osiris said, Miles Not Yards, Tedsy, Spider Lover Yuki, John Spees, Epic Medic, Spellslinger, and Copper Dragon, you all are the best. I do hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.